Yo, what's up guys? It's me, Banana, and sorry if I sound sick in this video. It's because I fucking am, and I really hate it. But the admins went and posted a forum post called Skyblock 2023 Recap and Looking Forward. This has some stuff about the updates that have released this year, some of the thought processes behind them, news on the Foraging update, and some news on some updates that got canceled or are in the works right now. So let's just look into this forum post. This is just going to be a Google Chrome video. I'm not going to be in game at all here. So start of this, he just says, as the year draws to a close, let's look at our achievements and look ahead to what 2024 holds. And they have this whole calendar where they put every single update that they released in 2023. So I'm not going to read out all of these. I've made videos on probably 90% of the stuff in this calendar. So this is the updates that came out this year. And you can definitely see like there is some kind of schedule going on here for updates. If you guys hadn't realized, it's very clear here that big patches are like every 3 weeks, if you can't tell off of this. So moving on, the goals this year, they said that they wanted to consistently release meaningful updates, dedicate significant effort to bug fixing, ensuring that the most disruptive bugs are addressed promptly, and vigilantly combat dupes and wipes more than ever before. I love how they're like just adding fluff words to this, but they said that they did pretty good on this, consistently releasing meaningful updates. I'm not 100% sure if they really achieved that myself. I think that the updates this year were pretty good, and we'll talk about that more in this next section. But the rest of the stuff, I haven't noticed bugs really destroying updates at all. Stuff has felt pretty solid when they release, and I haven't noticed many dupes destroying the economy this year. So that's pretty solid. But moving on, major updates. The Garden and the Rift are the only two major content releases of 2023, and I felt like that really showed. I did not feel like there was a lot of new like Skyblock feeling stuff, because the Garden and the Rift, I think the Garden is a great content update. I think that it was awesome, and I think the Rift is a cool concept, but I don't think either of them are like impactful, like dwarven mines, crazy awesome stuff. And the admins say here, it sounds like a low amount of updates, and we agree. We're really satisfied with the updates they've released this year, as they believe Skyblock needed a lot of touching up. And as they keep heading towards the Faded 1.0 update, they believe this year should have a bit more focus on major content releases. So we're not going to have another 2023, hopefully, where it was just the Garden and the Rift, and we should see some more cool stuff. They talked about how this year was mostly spent on improving existing content with QOL, and that's like the Dungeons update, the Bestiary revamp, Crystal Hollows update with the gold blocks respawning and all of that, and powder mining, the Garden with pests, and a lot of stuff. They said, while these updates aren't very flashy, we believe that they are vital to the future of Skyblock and the overall health of the game. With a bunch of QOL out of the way, we're quite happy with the current state. In 2024, the focus will shift to developing the new content that everyone's yearning for, with the Foraging update leading the way. That doesn't mean that updates are going to slow down or updates for existing content and features are going anywhere. It just means that there might be a bit less in those specific updates in exchange for bigger or more new content updates. For example, an update to the Crimson Isle is currently planned and undergoing design and will begin development shortly. So this is great news. I think everyone's excited for this. Just, I mean, seeing Foraging update be something that they say alone probably makes the comments just absolutely pog. Let's get a Foraging update pog in chat right now. But content updates are the best part of Skyblock. I love QOL as much as anyone else, but it is a lot. We have gotten a lot of quality of life, and there's only so many updates you can do to existing content for me to actually want to go and play it again. Especially from an endgame player's perspective, you see a lot of these QOL things come out, and you're like, okay, I already did that, so I don't know what this is really for. So hopefully these new content updates can spice things up, and the Foraging update, it's gonna be awesome, I'm sure. Events is something that they focused on this year, and I did think they did a great job on this. They talk about how the winter update added some finishing touches to the December event, the Great Spook, which was definitely an improvement on the previous Great Spooks, was here, and they talked about the raffle system and the 4th year anniversary event, which they still want to increase, but the raffle I felt like was great. The raffle was really cool. A lot of people were worried about it destroying the economy and stuff, but it just seemed like a fun community thing where I didn't notice any prices really drop because of the raffle. raffle, and I noticed a lot of people just like hanging out. Like my island was constantly full during the raffle, and just seeing people open something cool in the lobby was super exciting. So while it's still going to be a while out, I am looking forward to the next raffle event that's going to happen in year 400 of Skyblock. They said working on these events takes time, but now that they're complete, they should be able to proceed without spending as much development resource on them, which is fully true, because now with like this part of the events done, that means that they have like summer, fall, and winter pretty much figured out when it comes to the events. I feel like they gotta try and fill in maybe like one more event just somewhere in the spring season, but all of these events are pretty darn cool, and I'm glad that they did get some work. Miscellaneous, they said this year bingo had some improvements. I'm sure the 3 bingo players are excited about that. Social medias, they ramped up their presence on social media, including the Rift trailer video, the 4th Skyblock anniversary video, and they are posting shorts on YouTube and TikTok. I don't know if you guys have been noticing this, but they definitely have been posting a lot more stuff. I still think there could be a little bit more communication from them, mainly in the form of like dev blogs or just like tweeting about stuff more so, because they just like tweet like big patch notes, whereas there's like Twitter accounts that I run, like Skyblock Today, and they're posting like much more in-depth, they're like community engaging kind of things. But either way, they're working on the social media, and I have enjoyed that. I do like that they're posting more because it spreads the server to more people. I don't know how many people care about that, but that's something that they did this year. And then discontinued updates. This is an important section here. They made some tough decisions this year to discontinue a couple updates that they put a bunch of work on. It's important for them to share not just the successes, but the areas where they've had to pivot. The chapters update is the first one that is discontinued. Initially, it was designed to guide players through the early stages of the game, but they realized there's a more effective approach than that, so they halted the production on Skyblock chapters. Ability transfusion. This was super controversial, and they said it was highly ambitious. They ventured into it with curiosity. Unforeseen challenges during alpha testing led us to pause its development. We're optimistic that some elements of this project can still be integrated into future updates. I do think that this was a very controversial update to a lot of people, and I made a video talking about why I thought it was good, but this is something that is currently at least paused. And then attribute transmission. They were looking into the possibility of allowing any items to have attributes applied on them as an experiment on the alpha network. Better accessibility and balancing regarding attributes is still planned for the near future. So I don't really know what they're saying with discontinued when 2 of these, they basically said they're not discontinued, but they should definitely make this attribute transmission update. They really need to make this one. I feel like attributes are a cool system, and they're kind of what drives a lot of late game gear progression, and seeing some of the things like the Rift necklace, which is supposed to be the best necklace in the game, not have attributes, meaning that it's worse than some of this stuff from the Crimson Isle, really sucks. But these 3 updates are what are paused or discontinued as a whole in 2023. Going here, we got bugs, dupes, and wipes. They've talked about how they've ramped up efforts in hunting down bugs more than ever before. They are improving their communication on bug fixes, and instead of silently rolling stuff out, they're ensuring that every change is transparent, keeping us informed, which is always good. They basically said that organizing and preemptively like getting issues out is tough before release, and having the alpha testing is pretty helpful, and the QA team and stuff now is super duper helpful because they've increased that. They're training a QA team more. The GMs and the QA team are basically doing a lot of good work is what this section is saying, and it's pretty exciting just knowing that the bugs, dupes, and wipes are being dealt with, because as I said earlier in the video, I haven't really noticed much of it. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to be like, I lost a Hyperion to a bug, but this is something that I feel like they've done a great job on, and I'm just glad that it is something that exists in the game. Foraging, right here. This is what everyone's been waiting for. In May, they released the final design thread. So forever ago, they released that design thread where they talked about the latest version and the foraging island. They said they have made a ton of progress, but they don't have a release date yet. However, they're currently focusing their efforts on the first island of the Foraging update, which is an interesting thing to say there, because that implies multiple islands, which implies it's going to be split into multiple updates, which is going to make me very, very sad if we get a small scale update there. They said they can't disclose the current plans with the release, if only because they can't say at this stage what it will look like yet. They're hoping to get on alpha for some preliminary testing, hopefully early this year, which is a very sad thing to see. Early this year does not mean much. They had said that the Nether update would release in early 2022, and that update came out on April 20th of 2022, which could mean that we gotta wait until like April to even get some preliminary testing for the Foraging update. They aren't giving us like screenshots here. They said that the update is going to introduce their first stage of supporting features from modern versions of Minecraft, which include blocks, mobs, sounds, and particles from Minecraft 1.9 to 1.20. It may seem like a small step, but it's actually a huge leap for Skyblock and Hypixel as a whole. It's the start of bringing modern Minecraft features to Hypixel and bringing Skyblock into the latest Minecraft era with long-term goals to unlock all the new features and possibility it offers. This is a hugely ambitious thing for Hypixel. I do understand that, but oh my god, give us a screenshot, give us an item, give us a pet, show me just a picture of a pet. I don't even need perks, anything more than this, because hopefully early this year for preliminary testing, I don't know how I can be excited when that is all the news that we're getting on the Foraging update. I love foraging. I want to just sit in the woods and grind trees until I die, but it's never coming out because hopefully early 2024 is when we're getting preliminary stuff. So that is the Foraging section, and in conclusion here, they said for 2024, they want to release more major content, including the Foraging update, and as always, they plan on increasing internal production quality, releasing better and more bug fix patches, and so much more. Skyblock is a vision, and even if sometimes it seems like some updates are out of place, every release is a piece in the giant puzzle that will one day call version 1.0. Stay tuned for 2024, and we wish you all a happy holidays. So that is going to be the overall look at this recap thread that they posted. I think it is a pretty good thread. I like just seeing their thoughts on how they did this year, and just I like this picture where it's the schedules here. But, you know, we did not get much Foraging news. It's kind of sad in that regard. I would love to have seen more in that aspect of this, but it is hopeful that they're going to be making a lot of major content next year. They're not going to be focusing on the QOL like they have so heavily been hammering into our brains currently, but this is going to be the 2023 recap. Leave a comment down below on what you guys think about this. Do you think that Skyblock in 2023 was good? Where does it rank in comparison to some other years? I feel like the best year for Skyblock was definitely 2020, but I don't think that that's a controversial opinion at all. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.